next recipient of the Alumni Mission Award is Meghan McVeigh Maciolek, class of 1997. While at GA, Meghan was completely immersed in all that GA had to offer: the community service organization, the academy club, her field hockey team, and her lacrosse team, later inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame. However, her involvement and love for Germantown Academy and community service only grew once becoming a GA alum. Meghan created the GA Alumni Community Service Organization to adopt community service not as a club, but as a lifestyle to live after GA. She has also coordinated the GA Day of Service for the past 2 years all across the country, from Philadelphia to San Francisco, to connect GA alumni in a day of helping others. Her days off are spent volunteering at the Sunday Morning Breakfast Rescue Mission, Face-to-Face Soup Kitchen, and at St. John's Hospice in Philadelphia. In addition, Meghan recently spoke at the Del Valle University Inaugural Women's Conference to educate young girls. The adjectives compassionate in spirit and collaborative in action truly come to mind when you learn of the $15,000 that Meghan and her McVeigh's Runners running team have raised during the Back on My Feet nonprofit race to aid the end of homelessness. Even with this busy lifestyle, Meghan still found time to visit with the Upper School Community Service Organization last year to connect us with her alumni mission. It was an amazing opportunity for upper schoolers to be mentored and encouraged to continue community service past high school. Adding to Meghan's influence and inspiration are the words of her friends and family, describing the unparalleled compassion and heart that drives her to live her father's legacy and give back to her community every single day. Her mantra, "I'm standing here today because Peter McVeigh taught me well," drives her to spread her father's legacy to others through her innumerable acts of community service. For being a strong, inspiring leader of Germantown Academy alumni, an example of what it truly means to live a GA mission, please join me in congratulating our next Alumni Mission Award recipient, Meghan McVeigh Maciolek, class of 1997.
Good morning. Our dad founded GA's Community Service Organization in 1985. CSO, which started as a humble club comprised of only a handful of students across the upper school, has evolved over the past 34 years into an established, cross-divisional and renowned program. But more so, and I would argue most notably, CSO has become an essential part of the fabric and identity of GA and its alumni community. Ask any alumni about their memories of CSO, and I am certain they will tell you about their experience at the Make-A-Wish tournament. Members from the classes of 1994 through 1997 will tell you with pride about how they created and hosted the inaugural National High School Conference Against Hunger and Homelessness. Leah Zubanis will tell you of Saturdays spent serving meals at Face-to-Face. Lenny Roberts and Luke Harris will regale you with their stories about Saturdays at Habitat for Humanity and that time they snuck off from my dad to a pawn shop in North Philadelphia to buy a radio because you can't build houses without little AC/DC. Claudia Railing might tell you about her time at the Hand in Hand Carnival at St. Joe's University, where as only 5th graders, we spent the day on rides and playing games with buddies with special needs. Sammy DeGeorge will tell you, still with awe, about the thousands of toys collected during the holiday program and the incredible feeling that came from watching, Dad's face light up with joy as he and dozens of students distributed those very same toys to the children of Carson Valley, St. Mary's Villa, Silver Springs, and the Northern Home for Children. Alex Ferris will tell you how buddy days and trips to St. John's Hospice are some of her most vivid and fond memories of her time at GA. Countless alumni will tell you about their experience of making hundreds of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and vats of chicken noodle soup and hot chocolate in the kitchen cafeteria, and then taking the red GA vans downtown to distribute that food and a good dose of TLC to the homeless of our city. Kayla Griswold will tell you that one of her most cherished traditions with Dad was stopping for ice cream and milkshakes on the way home from those very same homeless outreaches. I will never forget walking into Dad's hospital room and seeing Kayla and my dad in one of those quintessential deep McVeigh conversations, sharing a chocolate milkshake. Denise DiOrio McVeigh will tell you that CSO is how she met and ultimately fell in love with my older brother Ian, even though Ian will tell you it's because of his purported humor and good looks. Every one of those alumni and hundreds of others will tell you that it was Dad who brought GA students from all grades, backgrounds, social interests together for a singular purpose: to fight the good fight, to act, to stand up for those who could not do so for themselves. They will tell you that the concept of to whom much is given, much is expected, of the moral imperative to give back to those less fortunate than ourselves, was core to their experience at GA, all because of Dad's example and leadership. Alumni will tell you that it was those memories, coupled with Dad's continued embodiment of strength, love, and courage over the 18 months of his sickness, that ultimately sustained us in the days following his passing. After his death, our collective and respective shared memories reminded us that it was Dad who was the North Star for thousands of GA students, and that he was the beacon who ultimately brought us all together in the end. Those memories are what incentivized us to stand up, to mobilize, to carry his light forward, and to create the Alumni Community Service Organization. Alumni across the country are making a difference, however great or small, all in our Dad's name. Although I am humbled and honored to be the recipient for this award, it should be noted that my dream and vision for the Alumni CSO could never have been realized were it not for the support of my husband Josh, my family, Heather Durkin, Rich Shawhouse, and the incredible Alumni Village. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Dad may have founded GA's community service organization. However, I believe it was his deep and abiding faith in humanity, his belief that we, as his students, really could change the world if we cared enough, is what ultimately transformed GA into a community of service. How lucky are you, current GA students of GA? How lucky were we, GA alumni? How lucky are my children, John and Stella, to have been led by such an example of selflessness and love? How lucky are all of us to have had the opportunity to know our friend McVeigh and to continue to live his legacy? Thank you.